Scott and Madison arrive at Stu Macker's old house in Woodsboro. They tour it as a stab fan attraction. Scott shows Madison the famous spots from the original killings. Madison sees a ghost face, but Scott shows her that it is a motion-sensitive robot they hear rumors Stu might have survived. They received a phone call, and Scott takes it and answers the game questions of the scary voice. Later on, Scary Voice calls Madison and tells her she will die that night. Scott wears the scary costume. At the same time, the motion robot moved in a different way. Ghostface attacks inside the house. Ghostface stabs Scott in the brain. Madison tries to run. She falls from up and Scary Face stabs her, then sets them on fire with the house. Tatum, Sidney Prescott, now Evans' daughter, sneaks her boyfriend Ben into her bedroom through the window. Sidney comes in and catches them. She gets upset and asks him out. Sidney is overprotective of Tatum. They live in Pine Grove with her husband Mark Evans, a police chief. Sidney owns a coffee shop named the Little Latte at her dance act. Tatum makes a mistake and was criticized for not being as energetic as her mother. She feels the pressure of being her mother's daughter. Sidney gets a FaceTime call from Stu Macker. Stu threatens to kill Tatum. Sidney hangs up in shock and calls for backup. At school, the ghost face attacks Tatum's friends, Aaron, and kills Hannah during rehearsals. He cuts her repeatedly. Sidney, Mark, and police officers goes to the school to save them, but the killer escapes. They go and home and plans for an escape out of the city, but the killer had hidden on the ceiling. He apprehends Tatum and threatens to kill her, but Mark saves her and they fight, and it throws Mark down the stairs. The killer chases after Sidney and Tatum. Mark comes back and they fight. The killer is crushed to an oncoming vehicle, a car driven by Gail. Gail Weathers arrives in Pine Grove. She lost her job after New York events. She reinvents herself as a crime reporter. Police investigate the case. Sidney is convinced the killer, who is now uncovered as not being Stu, does not work alone. Gail tries to convince Sidney to join her to investigate the case, but she says that she wants to be with her family. The ghost face calls again on FaceTime. She agrees to do the fight. Tatum wants to go with her mother, but Sidney turns it down. Sidney visits a mental institution
Help the channel
with Gail to check on a lead about Stu. She meets orderly Marco. Marco talks about a patient, Carl Gibbs, who escaped. He hints Stu was there. Tatum convinces Gail's assistants to find the killer with her. Mark gets attacked by a ghost face at home. Mark fights back, but gets incapacitated and injured. Tatum and her team finds out that the face of Stu might be fake. Sidney grants Gail the interview she had asked her for 30 years ago and reveals she wants to speak with the killer. She goes off air when Gail asks her uncomfortable questions. The killer calls back stating he is at the same location as Tatum and will kill her. Sidney runs out. Tatum and Bill, her boyfriend, sets to go back home, but Tatum sees the video clip of Bill trying to mimic Stu's face on his laptop. She hits him and tries to run, but sees the ghost face. She tries to escape. Ghost face attacks Tatum's friend Chloe and everyone with them. It kills all of them, including Chloe, Tatum's friend. The ghost face continues the chase of Tatum. Ghost face attacks Tom and kills him. Sidney tries calling her, but she drops the call and sends her a message of her location. Sidney gets on a video call with Tatum and informs her of all the ghost face moves from the CCTV. She tells her what to do. Tatum shoots at the killer from the door and tries to escape, but the killer gets up and fights her. She fights back and tries to escape again when a second ghost face appears. Ghost face abducts Tatum from Little Latte coffee shop. It takes her to Sidney's house and calls Sidney to come alone for her. Ghost face forces Sidney to watch via deepfake video of past killers: Stu, Nancy Loomis, Roman, Dewey tormenting her. She sees Tatum tied up. One ghost face is Marco, institution orderly and AI expert who made deep fakes. Mastermind was Jessica Bowden, Sidney's neighbor. Jessica reveals her motive. Sidney's book, Out of Darkness, inspired her to kill her abusive husband. She idolized Sidney as a killer of bad guys. When Sidney vanished from public after New York, Jessica broke down, met Marco at the institution, recruited Carl, and started the killings to force Sidney back and turn Tatum into a new Sidney. Sidney fights them. She stabs Jessica multiple times and Tatum shoots her in the head, but she escapes.